Hello, welcome everybody to another edition of the North East Rugby League podcast on Thunder TV Live. A little bit of a different setting today. I'm live from Headingley, the Emerald Headingley Stadium. We've got the academy tonight playing Leeds Rhinos on that fantastic pitch. So hopefully that'll be a good one. You can watch that game live on YouTube as well. If you go across to our Facebook page, you can get the link for that. I'm joined alongside Keith Christie and trying to get Craig Robertson from Edinburgh Eagles, but he is having IT issues. So he's struggling to join us, but if that link does come live, we'll get him on ASAP. Again, guys, everything this is all about interaction with everyone from the North East. So tonight is questions coming in from guests. So get your questions in on the stream. Me and Keith will talk about them. We'll get plenty talk going on there. And again, if Craig can join us or anybody else wants to join us, let us know, and we'll get the link sent out to you, and you can join the show. So Keith, over to you.
I've just on that point, just looking at the video that was there when we started the Oldham game that's come up this weekend, being at the sort of game 2 years ago now, was when we missed out on the promotion opportunity in fair play to Oldham. They played well and the game was strong and they kept going. But, I'm really looking forward to this weekend's game. I really would like to get one over on them, because I think we owe them one. So it'll be a tough game, but good little promo video there. Pretty happy with that, and I would urge anyone who hasn't getting down there, get your tickets for this week. I don't think you actually buy on the day, so you have to buy online, if I'm right in saying that, Jordan.
You are, yeah. I mean, the tickets are on sale. Tickets are on sale now. I think there's already over 800 tickets gone, so there's only 200 tickets left that we've got the ability to sell. So we've got a massive junior festival on, over 250 kids come to play rugby before the game, so it'd be great to see everyone from the community getting back down in a great crowd. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully, and again, the World Cup trophy as well, Keith. So if anyone wants to come down, take a photo with the World Cup trophy, it's there all day until half time of the Thunder match. So another reason to get yourself down.
How many tickets left? 200. There's only 200 left.
There's 200 tickets left. Yeah.
All right. Just remember, you cannot go and buy them on the day. It's a big one. We're trying to get everyone bought online. Just kicking on. I really want to get a lot of people's feedback. Anyone who's listening, who wants to put a message coming, happy for questions to come in again. Anything rugby league, good and positive about the community game, about Thunder. But a big one for me is kind of now, we're just talking before the show started, is actually this, in my opinion, is the most competitive North East Rugby League men's competition has been for a long time. And it's pretty exciting. And hence the reason why we want to get back out to you guys and kind of sort of see what your thoughts are. It's not to be daft and to be silly. It's to kind of sort of really sort of push and promote and kind of get how strong that we are now as a league. Can only be good for the development. Now, we're talking about community games. We're talking about community kids coming. You've got clubs and teams from all over the North East coming on Saturday. We've got tick boxes all over the place. And it's really good. It's great to see that momentum building again. So for me, it's kind of looking back at last weekend's results. I don't know, can we put them up, John? What last weekend's results?
Yeah, we'll get them up. Oh, hang on. Actually, it was the cup round last week, so again, we took a break away from the league and some cracking cup ties. I went down to watch Edinburgh versus Hartlepool. Again, first time we got to see Edinburgh, and hopefully we'll have a chat with Craig when he comes on. But a cracking game. Edinburgh with a lot of new faces, quite a very athletic team, so that they'll cause a lot of problems for whoever, for you that comes up with them in the next round, because that was the semi-final draw. So at least the Eagles will be getting to the final anyway.
At least one of them will be. It's interesting, when we spoke about last night, we spoke about the game gone and getting a win's great. However, when a team, beats someone by 60 points but still gets 30 plus 40 points put on them, it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. However, credit goes to Yorm, in my opinion, for a group of guys who've had their first season, come up and by all accounts didn't roll over, didn't sit back, were very competitive, were very abrasive, which is also good for, again, in the North East, to see that Yorm should take a lot of credit from that. Wallsend lads were happy with it, but reflected and said at training, there was a lot of areas where Yorm were really strong and we need to work on it, which is a big thing. And then we focus on a game this weekend, which is again Durham, another tough game. Can it decide who's going to win that? I would like to think it would be a fair, strong game between both of them. But You know, look at the fixtures here: Crampton versus Hartlepool. You cannot call them. You know, Jarrah again going to put a strong team out. You'd hope again this week against another competitive team, a combative team. You know, a team who are abrasive and tough. Whitley Bear starting to stretch their legs again. Carrick, they've always been strong. Well, they've been strong this season. Got some fantastic players who went down there. It's just great. You know, there's no sort of other way of putting it. It's fantastic to see that high intensity course all the time. But you're struggling with games, and I think that's just testament to the lads that are playing, the clubs, the lads who are getting involved. It's going to be a really bit of a humdinger. Oh, hello, Craig. All right.
Hi guys.
Brilliant.
Craig, we've got you.
I think we've got Craig on there now.
No.
I think we're still having trouble. That I think Scotland's just getting to 2G, so I think we'll wait a couple of years. We'll get 4, and we might we'll reconfirm that one. But you know, again, you mentioned Yarn Wolves there, Keith. Like, you know, we played them in a second team game in their first ever fixture, and then to see the scores that they put on, it's pleasing. But what a great addition to the league they'd be next year, and as a first team in the league competition.
Massive. I mean, we've got a good comment here. I presume it's Jace or Jay. I don't know what sort of name that is. But you know, every weekend's a big game for the Open. It really is fully open. 100%. In the last round, you know, we said at the start a few episodes ago that we're not looking for runaway games. There's been a couple here and there which you'll get down to, you know, lack of players, bit of naivety. But they're not runaway games. You know, we're seeing some very high-scoring games. Carrick have drawn some pretty high games. We've had some high games at Wallsend, you know, with the high-scoring games, and one for the defence coaches. But it's good to watch. Now we had nearly 200 people down watching Wallsend. It's brilliant, man. It's good for the lads to run out. Now we had the juniors out there saying a bit of a guard of honour, clapping them out. They thoroughly enjoyed it. Their parents thoroughly enjoyed it. They've got something to look forward to. We're chanting names. You know, it might sound daft at the level we're at, but it's a good experience, man. It's part of becoming a club, part of becoming something that you take ownership with, and it's massive. You know. Go on, sorry.
So I was just going to say, you talk about being competitive. I mean, you just need to look. I mean, the league table after 5 rounds, and look how tight that is. You know, at the top, there's 2 teams tied there on 8 points. We've got teams only a couple of points away. Anything can happen. You've got a battle to actually see who can finish in the top 6 playoffs. So it's not, you know, there's competition all around the park, and there's only, I think, 3 more rounds of the sort of regular season left. So it's hotting up nicely.
What is the sort of? I mean, I think it would be good to put it out there. Any of the guys who are from the other clubs, what's their opinions on how the season's gone so far? How they found the competition? Are you new to rugby league? You know, is it something different if you come from rugby union to rugby league? Is it something you've enjoyed the experience of? And I'd also love to hear from these development clubs. You know, Whitley Bates, their first season, but there's some great lads down there, some good rugby players, some really good guys who've come across from rugby union. You know, and they're getting there. It'd be good to hear from them guys today to say, you know, our experience has been. What do you think? So we'd really like to hear from you. I think Craig's ready now. I think he's coming on board, is he?
Trying to him in.
Got you, Craig.
Not too bad, yourself, guys.
Yeah, we are. We've got a voice.
Oh God, honestly, it's brutal.
So Craig, obviously, welcome to the podcast. Listen, you know, again, I mentioned to Keith, you know, I come down to watch Edinburgh for their first game. What was it like to not only play your first game in the North East, but actually to play your first game in what, probably a year and a half now?
Oh, it was a long time. Long time coming. A lot of boys frothing at the mouth just to get going, which was good for the excitement levels. But you know, like, we were always a bit cautious about it because, like, you guys have played the league, a few games in the league. We were coming in absolutely cold, so we weren't sure what to expect essentially. But we've been having inter games, so it's been quite good, to be fair. And you know, we've been getting the referees down, just getting the referees, you know. So, you know, it was hard, but it was good at the same time.
So how did the game go, Craig? In your opinion, did you get out of it what you needed to other than the win?
See, first 30 minutes, I thought we were unbelievable. without being too biased. But you know, like then towards the end of the first half and into the second half, you can tell that fitness. You know, like you can run so many marathons, but you just can't be much fit. So
yeah,
you know, like that's massive for us, and we were just grateful it was a wide pitch for us as well. So we released a few of the Fijians on the wings.
no, I'm bringing our pitch in next weekend, and if that's the case.
Oh, well, we'll see.
And the lads, how did they find it? A couple of new lads to the team, new faces. How did they find the game?
You know what? There was a few new lads, and we never used them as quick. We had that team that pretty much played rugby league before. The Fijians that we brought in had played rugby league back home, so that helped as well. So it was so much better, and it felt like the structure we've been working on. It was just that go out and do it, and then we'll play the basic rugby, tie the boys in, that's it. And it was the boys absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. But it's trying, because you've got a 20-man squad, it's trying to get everyone a game. And when you're running away with the game, you don't want boys standing on the side of the pitch feeling, when am I going to get on? So you need to try and incorporate them. You know, like they've travelled a distance. Like we were just shy of 3 hours. You don't want them just getting 20 minutes here and there. You want them getting at least 30, 40 minutes, you know?
Absolutely. And from that, you know, looking at the cup ahead, what do you expect from Wallsend Eagles? You know, you play them away from home next week. You know, what are you anticipating that match to be?
You know what? We've never beat Wallsend before, so that's our main incentive. The times we have played them, it's been a really close game. It's been really physical. So you know, it's bringing that edge. Apart from that boy in the top corner, you know. So, but yeah, we're thoroughly looking forward to it, and we think, you know, like they've got young Paddy at young I say now, say Paddy at hooker. So like he's an experienced head. So there's no replacement for experience as well. So you just have to take it by the scruff of the neck and just hopefully get your first few sets and go from there. So
I was just saying before you come on, Craig, like in my opinion, the league is now the toughest, most competitive we've been for a long, long time. And even for the new clubs coming in, they've done really well. And I sincerely mean like that Edinburgh has been a bit of a loss to the competition purely because of the standard of rugby you can play at. You know, you'd add that extra edge, extra competition. You know, have you been keeping an eye on the North East Rugby League scene, although you haven't been involved?
Yeah, Keith, honestly, all the boys on the board just talking about like what scores are, how, you know, like our biggest surprise is Catterick this season, you know, with all this new crammy we're going to be. And it, you know what, it gets the boys speaking. And like we've got the Fijians in the army, and they're frothing at the mouth to play Catterick as well. You know, and it's like Barrack's rivalry, but you know what? Because we came away, we feel like in regards to the Scotland Rugby League, we feel it's going to be a development year. So this can help benefit us for next year when we enter the league, and we can just go from there. Instead of having 20 boys that we know we can play North East, we can have 30, 40 boys. So that's the nature of the beast, essentially. You know, like, and you know what? We've not regretted one bit about entering the North East when we did. So
I think, you know, just leading on from that, it also gives our guys who may have heritage or to Scotland to have that window of opportunity to kind of get in front of you and play as well. I think people might forget about that. There's an opportunity there to go on, and you know, I keep on saying it's about development, it's about opportunities. You know, just because you haven't made it at scholarship or academy or whatever, you've come back to the North East League, there's still a window for you. And more so when you're coming against like yourselves.
Absolutely, and if you guys are up here, you know, like we've got the Scotland representatives, we've got boys coming down, and it only takes a good game to think that boy got heritage. You know, like we've had, what was it, in 2019 I think we had 4 boys in the training squad for the Scotland Pro squad. So that there's always that incentive, and that's why we're trying to plug the younger boys and get more younger guys so we can train them, get rid of their bad weaknesses or bad habits in union, work on their weaknesses, and the only way is up. You know, like, and it only takes a phone call to like Duffs or Ches down the road, and it's like, you boys are off the academy.
Well, I
regardless.
mean, one prime example of that's probably Sam Luckley in it, and he played his trade in the North East for a long time, and obviously at Thunder, student level. Hopefully, he'll have a more secured spot within the Scotland squad this year. But he's a Wallsend Eagle lad. He's a No Shields lad who played for Wallsend. You know, and he's kind of run that path and trailblazed to a degree. But again, I know he's keen to get his stripes for the World Cup.
Well, this is it. And you get boys. You see, when you hear like the Newcastle accent or whatever like that, it gives a bit more pride about the jersey as well, because they know that you've had to come up that way instead of just being chucked into the academy from a young age and buttered up that way. Like, you know, like the North East, as much as people knock it, there's a lot of talent in there, and it's just finding the opportunity and grasping that opportunity to get chucked in. Thankfully, we've got the Thunder academies now for any young boys that do it. And well, if the reserve grade comes back, and then if you play say whoever playing a good game, get a good few run of games, they could be in that reserve grade. It doesn't mean you have to take the contract. It's just trying to get that window of opportunity.
Yeah,
I think that's absolutely right. You know, sorry, Keith, you can see that tonight. I mean, the academy play Leeds Rhinos in about half an hour's time, and there's a kid from Wallsend Eagles who I think Thomas Moore, he might have been only 2 or 3 games, and he stood out that much in the 2 or 3 games that he's getting his shot tonight, and he's actually starting on the wing for the academy against Leeds. So what a baptism of fire! He's from Catterick Crusaders to Leeds Rhinos in the space of a week. So, you know, looking forward to seeing how he gets on. But what a great opportunity!
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the thing, especially at Edinburgh, we've got a system of it's purely union, and we're trying to show the opportunity. It's not all about union. We're trying to get the people who haven't been given their opportunity to get into the academies. Your boys that pretty much go to state schools, and then there's an opportunity to represent. And when I get boys coming up to me, how does it feel to play for Scotland? You know, you're just honest, and it feels unbelievable giving them the stories. And when they get the excitement to think, I could do this, and then you get boys dropping out of our Super 6 competition. You've got boys from all levels thinking, I'm going to do that. Like, if he's done it, I can do it.
So, I mean, on that, Craig, we've been discussing over the last couple of shows we've done the opportunity for a North East representative team, which allows guys to, the proposal is going to be, so I'm going to put you in the picture and a lot of other people. I'm going to put a proposal to the North East Rugby League board, and what I'm currently looking for, I'm going to be looking for now, and if anyone's kind of tuned in, it'd be great to get it back to your clubs, is we're looking for people and expressions of interest now from clubs, players, volunteers, facilities that would host open trials, so we can then, ideally, and if the North East board go with it, possibly go on tour and actually travel as a representative club, as you maybe have in your counties or your regions, to areas to represent, you know, offering that window opportunity again. And you know, we would be really keen to come up and sort of to Edinburgh as a point of call, maybe to come against you guys and give them the opportunity to put themselves in the picture, done professionally, get it right, kits, accommodation, food. So we're going to be looking for expressions of interest, so I can propose that to the North East Rugby League to see if they'll accept it, if we've got sufficient buy-in, which is another window of which we're kind of talking about now for rugby league lads in the North East and Scotland. As long as they've played in the NERL, we're quite happy for them to apply for it. So again, that's someone we'll be pretty interested in getting you boys involved with.
Yeah, Jordan and I had a good chat about this on Saturday. If we're up for putting a Scotland League select as well against you guys, albeit it might be a bit one-sided, but it's that extra game that boys can push towards and give that incentive towards the end of the season, you know, and make them feel like it's worthwhile instead of just, oh well, that's the end of the league, we've got nothing to play for. In fact, I'm going to play for that jersey and push myself on that extra bit, so the standard's not dropping off towards the tail end, and then it goes on from there.
100%. It's definitely something. I mean, I'm going out there now to anybody, if I'm totally under that, online listening that we are looking for expressions of interest. I'll be going to the coaches and the chairman and the facility managers of all the clubs to say, can we get you buying? Can you get you agreed? There'll have to be an element of fundraising to support it financially, but we've kind of got a bit of a plan sat ready to go. I just need that commitment now. So that's my next step to get something done this year I suppose.
Sorry, fire ahead. Sorry.
On a suppose like an inaugural trial, and then next year really kind of get the whole project up and running. So guys are going back to the club saying, great experience, all done properly, played on great pitches, met great guys, had a great experience, well worth the investment into the time, effort, travel that you're going to have to put in to do it. And you've got your jersey. To be represented as the best in the region. And your position's a big thing, or should be.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, for the first year, if it's just a case of coming up to Edinburgh and, say, in August, and then boys are buying in, it's a wee trip, it's not too cost heavy, and then we can put it on. After the game, the Edinburgh Fringe is on as well. So what Crammy done 2 years ago, they brought a bus up, and there was a lot of supporters there. They thoroughly enjoyed their day.
Well,
so yeah, we can put on a good show up here, and I'm sure every other club in Scotland would like to buy into that as well. Test themselves, see what Eagles have entered the league for, because at the end of the day, we know we've done well. We've got the brand now, but if they're thinking, God, we want to be like Eagles as well, then we can go against each other and go from there. So.
Yeah, right. There we go. We've got our first game. We'll work towards that. There's a bit more detail, obviously.
It is a good opportunity, but I think look, if you look back a couple of years, there was that sort of apprehension a little bit when Edinburgh joined the league of it's quite far, it's far away to chore. But now clubs are saying, I really hope we get Edinburgh away, because it's a bus trip, you get up, you go experience. It's good, them guys have proven that whilst we might have to go once every 2 years to Edinburgh, or once a year at the most, they're coming down, 4 or 5 times a season minimum, every season. So I think that that shows massive amounts of commitment to being a great asset to the league. They're the current reigning champions of the North East League. So until somebody knocks them off the pedestal, they're at the top of the pile, aren't they? So there's a target on their backs, if you like, now, and it's it's great having you in the cup. It really is
genuine value, I think, 100%.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Whenever you guys come up the road, we want to be that hospitable team. We order pizzas after the game, so it's not just your pasta or your beans and pie and beans. We're trying to go out there. We're trying to get whoever gets man of the match gets a reward for it as well, and then we try and get jugs on the table. And we had our first bus trip of the season on Saturday, and all the boys loved it. We done different shirts, shall we say, and after the game, just a bit of fun. Your man of the match has got the pints, down in pints after the game, and we just went from there, and it was a good fun back up the road, and went into town from there. So we love coming down every second week.
No, I think you're right, mate. It'd be good. It's just getting that. I keep on saying, getting that value in it. The guys buy into it, which is awesome. We've got some big fixtures this weekend, Jordan, as well.
We've got some cracking fixtures this weekend. So, again, Cramlington Rockets versus Hartlepool. Hartlepool, a few times this season, they can score stacks of points. Big, physical set of middles. And again, probably the highlight fixture for me is Wallsend Durham Demons. Durham have been firing this season. Wallsend again got a lot of new players and a lot of youth in that side. So a lot of kids coming through, and you can't call that game at all. Whitley Bay, I think, have been improving week on week. And to play Catterick at home, anything can happen in there. And Jarrow at home to the Falcons again. It's a bit of the unknown, because nobody, you play them for the first time, and every game they play, they're learning more about rugby league. So they're learning all the little bits you just get from playing the game, all the little referee calls that you're going to pick up, and from the first time I seen them, and I went down to ref them in an in-house game. They didn't even didn't know what markers were, didn't know that, but they get every game they learn something new, and they're improving. So, all the best to all the teams. Again, another good round of fixtures.
Craig Howell, let's have your predictions for this weekend's game. Absolute guess and everything.
I'll go Crammy in the first game. Go Jarrow. Go Catterick, and
you can say it if you want.
I want to say I would like to see Wallsend, but if they were to get beat, it'd be like when you get beat the week before, you're always going out to make a point. So I'm going to say Wallsend this week. So
brave man. So
I think to be fair, I wouldn't have disagreed if you'd said Durham. I know that they've been playing really well.
To be fair, we've been looking at it's been in our group chat as well. And when you see the competition just getting better, it only makes you train better. Yeah. And you think, I'm going to put in the effort. I'm going to put in the extra bit of fitness. Boys are buying into that, and it's great to see the level going up, and not so many runaways as well. So, you like Peterlee. Unfortunately for them, they were getting beat at least 80 points a week. So it's good to see that not happening week in, week out. So
you look as well at the cup round, and what an incentive that is to be. The winners of this game will be playing at Kingston Park, and in a season when we just come out of COVID, there's only going to be 2 opportunities to play Kingston Park, and that is in the 2 finals. So it brings that big game atmosphere, and like Keith mentioned before, 200 people watching Wallsend the other weekend. There's crowds going to these games. There's Hartlepool. There was a good crowd at the Hartlepool Edinburgh game. The atmosphere was great, and that's what people want. So imagine how many we're going to get to Kingston Park to watch the finals. I can't wait. What a day that'll be.
Absolutely. And if we were fortunate enough to get there, I'm sure we'd be putting on buses as well. So, so we'd love to get there. Hopefully Keith's starting and at halves or something like that. So
yeah, back off.
You get the Jeans running to your first phase.
Go for that.
Yeah.
I'll take you some of the drinking games.
Just a quick one there. George asks, "How's the view of Henley?" Well, it's okay, but it's not a patch on Kingston Park, but it's okay. Just wanted to promote a couple of bits while we've got everyone on here. Is just the Newcastle Under Development Programme for Year 11s. This has just been open to Year 10s as well. So if you're in Year 10 or 11, that under 16 age group, it's totally free. It's open access. Get registered by emailing Michael. michael.heap@newcastle-thunder.co.uk. Put your little bit of information there. 6 sessions, and there is 2 playing opportunities again. So everyone that comes on will play. At the end of the day, get on board, learn new skills, meet new people, and it's and you get some cracking facilities. Oh, we'll not talk about that. Is that?
No,
right?
We're obviously talking about North East Rugby League tonight.
Yeah.
What's your guys on buying in getting an end of season nines tournament or something? Because we were saying last night as well at training, even at the end of the season, if it's not this fixture that we're talking about, come up to Edinburgh, and then yes, I know I'm saying come up to Edinburgh, but then you've got all the parents incentive. If the parents are coming up, the kids are going to come up, and then we can host a festival, and then people can go to the fringe after it. Unfortunately, we've not anything in COVID restrictions that's got things to do with the Lions for next week as well, for their for the British Lions Japan game, which would have made a bit of effort, but we're certainly looking at a 9 here, including North East and stuff.
Yeah, I think we open anything, to be quite honest with you, Craig. I think, especially with the seasons being this year, any additional elements where the lads can get together and have a run out, adds more competition, adds a bit more flavour. Completely different concept. So I think it's an opportunity for guys again. You know, someone I think the Wallsend lad would buy into.
I'm pretty sure Jordan would be lining up in the wing instead of in the front row.
I'm not sure about that. My time's over. But Masters is calling, I think, next season for me.
Yeah, but that's the thing you can do. You can go open age Masters under 16s and then just push it from there and have a festival of rugby instead of just targeting the open age, you know.
Yeah. Great comment from Brian Woods there. So great to hear news about the North East Rugby League. What about a Magic Weekend at Kingston Park? Great idea. We've did it before. Really successful. Something we'd love to do again. I think as the restrictions ease up, certainly next year's calendar, you know, we'll get the views and thoughts of the clubs. But to have that Magic Weekend where everyone comes to Kingston Park is a top idea in my opinion. What's your guys' thoughts?
Yeah,
Go on, Craig.
Yeah, we absolutely loved it when we were playing in Wallsend in the cup final, and the boys buzzed just to play on a professional ground. It was unbelievable, and so that's even like boys are piping up at training as well, saying, I really hope we can get to KP again. So we are really like looking forward to it, and if that can buy into the calendar, then you know what, you've got more boys excited, and I'm pretty sure it will increase the level again.
Definitely, for me, you know, it comes back to putting, you know, rugby league on the map again for the North East, giving it a real big push. You get crowds coming in, it gives a bit more competition. You meet lads and see lads who play from other teams. You know, there is that element of, you know, getting to know each other and comradeship and stuff. Because, you know, I drink with lads now who I've played with for years, played against with for years. Small things like that just add to the experience. And I think, you know, again, if it can be planned in, good idea from Brian, good idea. If it can be planned in right, why not? And the game with the Nines, you know, in a game with the North East representative, you start to add value in windows of opportunity for guys to show what they're capable of doing to different people in different sets of eyes, different environments, and you know that to me can only be a good thing.
Absolutely, there.
100%. Guys, just before we go again, just a little plug for this weekend. It is Newcastle Thunder versus Oldham. Massive fixture at home. We're down to the last, under 200 tickets now that we've got available to sell before we reach our limit. So be a cracking day. We've got a festival starting from 1 o'clock, and we've got the World Cup trophy coming down. There's a sort of beer garden open, food and beverages on sale. So it'll be a belter of a day. Get yourself down, but you need to order your tickets in advance. You can't come on the day if you haven't got a ticket. So get your tickets ordered online or phone up the hotline for tickets and get yourself down to Kingston Park for a cracking day of rugby. Guys,
I'm just getting a quick text through there. Sorry, I'm just getting a quick text through from a lad called Matty Docky, who says if you meet him at the bar, you get yourself a drink. So he's a lovely lad, plays for Jarrah. So what we're doing for.
Cracking. Right, thanks very much for getting up your time, Craig and Keith. All the best, and tune in to YouTube to watch
See you next week, Craig.
Play Rhinos. Cheers, guys.